Welcome back, everyone. This is GTA Failure. When we last left off, we wrapped up almost all of the import-export stuff, and now we're going to move on and do something different for a change, which is great. So it says get the Sabre Turbo from the SSA, Sunshine Autos. That's where we are here. So this is a speedy-ish car. We're just going to use it for one unique jump. But really, any sports car is fine. This one is just convenient because it's got a fixed spawn. But if you don't want this one, pretty much any um, any sports car is going to be okay for the unique jump we're going to do. So reading my directions, it said right and then left. That's what we did, and then north to the graves, straight to the alley through the graves. And again, there's armor there. It's not there at the moment because I grabbed it recently, but feel free to grab it. And then it says we're looking for an alley that is to the north of the graves. And so here's the hidden package right here. Right up these stairs. I don't know what I just said about an alley. It said straight alley. That's what we did before. And then you go north of the graves. So we're just north of the graves here. There's a rampage that we'll tackle in there later on. And then we'll continue to our unique jump. So it says continue going north. Go north of the K, Kaufman building. So let's do that. And we'll do kind of a funky, unique jump. It just requires a small run-up and a small flight, but this car will make it happen. That Cuban Hermes was really not interested in that gunfight at all, as it launched itself over a fence there. Okay, so here we are looking for a pink house on the right. And then we're going to stop our car right here in front of this alley. And so the run-up that we need, we don't need much of a run-up. But I do think we want to be on this side of this street here, the north side. And as I run up that alley, I want to make sure that I don't fly over. I don't leave the building. I want to land on that rooftop in front of me. And so there is a billboard that we're probably going to smack into. But either way, I'm going to be jamming on the brakes and the reverse button in the air. So let's give it a shot. So flying through the air, hitting the billboard, but jamming on the brakes in reverse just in case. And then we'll hop out. Just styling up here, very nice. All right, so there's a chopper mission we're going to do. But first we're going to clear this very small gap that I have surprisingly fallen into before. So just hop over here, grab the hidden package down here, and then again, carefully hop your way back. I mean, you could even make it here, but I take the safety jump right there. Easy. And we'll tackle another chopper checkpoint. So same deal as before. Touch all the coronas in order and keep your chopper relatively healthy. All right, so I guess this is an opportunity to talk some more about Vice City, my thoughts on Vice City. So like I got hardcore into GTA 3. That was really the first. Okay, so refreshing your memories from my stories during Paramedic in this video series. I played Vice City. That was my first GTA game on a Kindle Fire, loved it, but did have some issues playing the game on a touchscreen instead of with a controller or keyboard and mouse. And then I played San Andreas. That was my second GTA game, also on the Kindle Fire. It was great, but again, controller issues with the touchscreen. And that was maybe like 2013-ish that I played both of those games. Played them each through 100% a couple of times each, and then hadn't played any other GTA games except for a little bit of 4 and 5 on console. But then just a couple of years ago, I downloaded Steam and got way into GTA 3, about 750 hours into it, according to Steam's calculations, and loved it. And that game is flawed for sure, but I absolutely loved it. And then I'm moving on to this game. So this game I probably got like 250, maybe 260 hours now at this point. And I was really looking forward to it because I love the kind of Florida 80s vibe. Love the music that plays on the radio stations in this game. Love the look, the palm trees, the neon colors, all good stuff. And I knew that Rockstar had improved on GTA 3 when they made this game. In particular, like for example, the minimap here is clickable, so you can expand it in this game, but it was not expandable in GTA 3. Some of the enemies were just overpowered in GTA 3. Like for example, after the mafia gets mad at you, when you're kind of wrapping up the first islands missions. They've got like these really powerful shotguns. So if you go through anywhere near, St. Mark's, which is the Mafia territory, they can just blow your car up in 2 hits. Not even like, it's on fire and then you get out and run away, but like it literally blows up. So there were some difficulty issues for sure in GTA 3. Where am I going now? Fly to Hyman for armor. Let's do that. And so I was really looking forward to a bunch of the improvements that I would discover here in Vice City as I got into this game much more than I did when I played it on the Kindle Fire. But surprisingly, I still prefer GTA 3 to this game. I really like both games. I mean, this game is fantastic. But there's too many missions in this game that I find long and dull and boring. Even the ones where like I die. Like I still find some of these things quite boring, and there's just too many of them. Like not every mission in GTA 3 is like something to write home about. But there's just too many in Vice City for me to give it the nod over. What am I doing here? Fly to okay, minigun ammo. Fly to P. Let's do that. There's just too many of those kinds of missions that I strongly dislike in this game for me to say that I prefer this game to GTA 3. So I know it's a controversial opinion because I would expect that most GTA folks would say that Vice City is indisputably better than GTA 3. But even if that's true, I prefer GTA 3, which is not what I was expecting to happen when I started learning this game a couple of months back. But it is what it is. Both games are real good, real solid, and yeah. Okay, so let's tackle this fill mission. I think it's the last fill mission, so we'll land right in here and start it. And turns out that Phil, during this cutscene we're going to skip, is going to have an accident with the Boomshine, the homemade alcoholic drink that he's been brewing here. And so there was a big explosion, and the explosion got Phil real hurt. He's actually missing a limb right now. But also because we were near the explosion, we are impacted. Like we've got some inner ear stuff happening here, which is why the screen is kind of wobbly and it's real fuzzy, like kind of whited out. And also, you can't tell, but the controls are very delayed. So like I'll push the R button, and then it, like a second or two later, it actually turns me to the right. So I'll do it again, just maybe you can hear it. Yeah, so that's the delay because of our inner ear explosion issue that we're having. So there is a timer. It's that Phil's health. Oh, come on, Cabby, come on. There is that timer there with Phil's health ticking down. I've never failed this mission, so not a big deal. You do have to stop. You can't just blast through that pink icon. You got to stop in it in order for Phil to say not here. So let's make this first right. And so you just kind of drive slowly and carefully. There's no real rush, even though there's that timer ticking down on screen. Very short drive. Let's slow down here and go on the sidewalk. And just like that, done. I think there might be some setting, some graphical setting that some of the speedrunners changed during this mission specifically to make it so that the graphics aren't as messed up as they were for us, but I just leave it as it is. It's a pretty short mission either way. Okay, unskippable stuff. Apparently we can buy weapons at Phil's place, but I think that those weapons are all available for us for free at some of our safe houses. I'm never going to go back to Phil's place for those weapons or any other reason. Okay, next up is a rampage. It says north through the alley, and then we're going to go into kind of the enter south of the graves, so that's where we are right here. And I like to kind of drive close because you can't run or jump. Can you jump? Oh, you can jump. But you can't run with this weapon, so it might be slightly faster to drive out like look out, like we're doing here. Okay, so let's look for some gangs, and you know the drill. All right, you guys get some, get some, get some, get some. Everybody get some. So this is one of these kind of shotgun things where people take, like 2 hits instead of just the one. But eventually we get them all. And I don't typically struggle on this rampage right here. Just need to find some folks spinning the camera around. Here we go. And you can shoot them when they're on the ground, and then they don't bother getting up. They accept defeat. Okay, all good. And you can see here so far we haven't taken a single hit point of damage. And again, 2 shots. You can tell whether or not they're dead if you look at the counter. So right now it says 3, and I shoot these guys, and it still says 3, and then it'll start going down. That's it. Okay, so we'll hop in here. It says grab the Graves armor. Well, we don't need to. Oh, what happened to our vehicle? We don't need to because we didn't take a single hit of damage. So we'll continue. It says north, and then there's the east, and then we continue north until where the road curves west. Boy, this little truck here, this Jeep thing is struggling. Okay, but all good. Let's pull over right here. I think there's a phone call. We'll take that one. And then just walking back this way. This is one of the funnier lines in this phone call about defrauding the government. Hang in there, Phil. You're a good man. All right, so jumping our way to the road where we'll find some gang members and tackle this next rampage. Making good progress. Oh, I didn't want to jump that way, Tommy. The guys I'm interested in are over here. So this one's pretty easy. They go down in one shot. You'll get some police attention, but that's okay. And probably I won't take too much damage myself. All right, 14 left. Let's keep this party going. Generally speaking, I think the rampages are typically quite fun. The only ones I really struggle on, the 2 katana missions for sure. And then occasionally I'll struggle on, there was one that I said I sometimes have like time issues. Like was one where it takes multiple shots to kill each guy, and sometimes I run out of time before I'm able to kill the 30 or 35 that are required for that one. But other than that, the rampages are pretty straightforward and generally pretty fun. Okay, next up is to get away from this guy slowly and slowly. Okay, so we're just headed back to the K. Don't want to run over any officers. We've already got a star. But headed over to the K. Yeah, so I like the rampages. The jumps are pretty fun. Hit packages are okay. I like that you kind of have to, you're rewarded for exploring the map and discovering all those things. But of course, I didn't discover any of those things. I just used a walkthrough in a video and was told where they all were. But that's okay, no judgment. All right, so let's hop in here and do the next Kaufman Cabs mission. W to start the mission. I had no idea I could get a wanted star. Like I owned that property. Why does the officer think I stole the car? It's my car. I think I'm going to logic complete. What's that officer's badge number? Okay, so just making our way towards that marker. You could take, there's a couple of different routes you could take. I'll just head over to the main road here and take it south, and then jut in at the end here, right before we get to the marker. The races in this game I like, both the car races and the boat race. Well, actually, the boat races are challenging for me. I haven't gotten to the tough ones for me yet. I like the chopper checkpoint things. I like the RC missions, like all those races. Those are pretty fun. So here we make this right, and then surprisingly this left. It looks like we still need to go further west, but the entrance is kind of buried back here. So we'll make a right here. Don't smack into that truck. It's always there. I have never smacked into that truck. There's no proof. Okay, so a couple of things here. It says get the hidden package. So there it is, 86, and then change to the minigun. So things are about to go horribly wrong in the standard GTA way here. So what we're supposed to do is pick up Mercedes. At least that's sound the horn with the shift button. So in theory, Mercedes is supposed to meet us here, but there's no sign of her. But there is a sign of a bunch of cabs from a rival cab company. And so what we need to do is survive getting harassed by these cabs for 60 seconds. Now there are some kind of like safer ways to do this, where you just sort of navigate your way over here and then like hop up on a ledge and like get out of your cab and like walk behind some crates and let all of these other rival cabs like fling themselves into the sea. Typically, I just kind of drive in circles, and I don't usually get harassed like in that way. I go here in the hopes that some of them will smack into one of these poles, and then I just kind of make my loops going round and round. This game spins me right round like a record right round. And you're most vulnerable when you're turning, because then you kind of like expose like the broad side of your vehicle to them. But typically I don't really have any issues even as they're right behind me. I just kind of gently make my left turns here. All right, 4 seconds left, piece of cake. And heading kind of back towards the entrance because the Zebra Cab, which is a really cool looking vehicle, is going to come after us to finish us off. So let's hop out and get ready to mow down. So sometimes they're hard to find. Like I think I need to like get them unstuck or something. But the minigun makes it so that we can make quick work of this cabbie. Here you go. All right, minigun, this way. Come here. Over here. And it's a good thing we didn't get exploded on. We lost some health there. We would have lost more if that thing exploded, but like I mentioned a while ago, the fires are all put out during cutscenes, so you don't die in a cutscene from some explosion. Okay, super. Let's move on to the next rampage. There's a katana. Don't want it. Bad memories with those katana rampages we did. But the next rampage is a grenade rampage. It's pretty fun, pretty straightforward. You just run up here, and it's back here behind these trees and bushes. It's sort of hard to see, but it's right back here. So we run right through and then look for gang members, and then we're going to work on our arm. We're practicing our throwing, training for either Major League Baseball or maybe the NFL. Just going to show this video right here to the scouts and ask for money. Who wants to sign me? All right, so one thing that typically happens here is a 2-star wanted level. But typically I just kind of stay out of the fray by staying up here above. Oh, those guys went flying. I stay up here, and usually the cops stay down below, which gives me a little bit of protection. Stay down there. There you go. All right, so some over there. Great. All right, so getting hurt a little bit here. Lots of gangs over here. Excellent. Some over that way. Some in front of me. Officer, look out. Not my fault. Okay, then it says get health and armor at the boat, and then a hidden package. So let's do that. I just kind of want a vehicle, but there aren't really good vehicles down here. They're all like truck sort of things. So we'll take this Benson. Wasn't there like an old TV show named Benson? Starring Robert Guillaume. Okay, so let's fill up our armor just because it's not too far out of the way to do so. We've got plenty of drive-by ammo, so we don't need more of that even though it's close by. So here's the armor, and there's a heart right below that ramp to the boat, but we don't need that, we're full. And we'll slash this one, and then it says get the hidden package, so we're close here. So there's the armor, the drive-by ammo, not armor, drive-by ammo right there, but we have plenty. So we'll grab a hidden package and then grab the next asset. So the hidden package is right, I'm grinding here, more X Games stuff. So it's right here in the corner on this little ramp. And then since our truck is slow and we've been working on our cardio, we're going to sprint to the next purchase. So it's that icon right in front of us. Do be careful. It is possible to accidentally, like go on the wrong side of this thing, and there's water below. So avoid that. And we'll skip here. And now we have purchased the boatyard. Excellent. All right, so from right here, we're going to end this video and continue here next time. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.